Hi traders, welcome to Trade with Asim and Sajjad. Today we'll discuss how to calculate pivot points, support and resistance levels. Kindly go through risk disclaimer. You must know the risk involved in forex trading. A pivot point is actually an indicator which is used to determine the overall trend of the market during different time frames. The pivot point itself is simply an average of high, low and closing prices of the previous trading day. We can also calculate support and resistance levels, and it also helps traders for a better entry and exit. If you can master this strategy, 60 to 75% you will be successful. The market respects these levels, so it's very important to know and practice this. Just for the information of new traders, in a bullish candlestick, open is always at the bottom while close is at the top, and in the bearish candle, open is at the top and close is at the bottom. So we move to pivot point. How to calculate it? We take high, low and close of the candlestick and then divide it by 3. In the result we get the pivot point. For example, we took dollar CAD, we took the high, low and close of the day and then divided it by 3. In the result we got 1.3164, and this is our pivot point, or in the short term we will use it as PP. So once we have a pivot point, then we can calculate support and resistance levels too. Let's move to support. We have different support and resistance levels on the charts. So to calculate the first support level, we express it as S1, S2, S3 and so on. So how do we calculate support? For S1, we multiply pivot point by 2 and then subtract high from it. For S2, we subtract low from high first and then we subtract it from pivot point. For S3, we multiply high minus low by 2 first and then subtract it from pivot point. If it looks harder for you, let me show you with the real figures. We have pivot point, high and low levels. For S1, we just put the real figures. We did some math and we got 1.3102 as our S1. For S2, we did the same, and also for S3. So we got 1.3102, 1.3066 and 1.2964. So now let's see how we do it for resistance level. For resistance, we also have R1, R2, R3 and so on. To calculate first resistance level R1, we multiply pivot point by 2 and then subtract low from it. For R2, we first take high minus low and then add it to pivot point. And for R3, we take high low and multiply by 2 and then add with pivot point. Let's see how it looks with the real figure. So for R1, we multiplied pivot point by 2 and then subtract low from it. So we got 1.3200, and so on for R2 and R3. Guys, you need a pen and a notebook. You must write down all the formula. You need to practice this a lot. You need to watch this video a few times, so then it will be much easier for you. So after this calculation, we just applied these figures on the chart. Let me show you how. We are here on the daily time frame of the dollar CAD. We did all the calculations, then we just applied all support and resistance levels, pivot point. The market opened below pivot point. It did drop. When it came near S1 level, then the price just bounced back. It went up all the way, and when it came near the R1 level, which is resistance, it dropped from there again, and the daily candlestick just closed near the pivot point. Pivot point also plays as a support and resistance level. So whenever the market is below pivot point, it's supposed to be bearish. Whenever it's above pivot point, it's bullish. You can place your orders. If you are buying from here, you can just buy and put your stop loss below 10 or 20 pips from here. If you're shorting it, you can short from here. You can put your stop loss according to your risk management plan. Another important thing which I want to share is that all time frames respect support and resistance level. If I can show you smaller time frames, let's come to 4-hour time frame. Here, that's the place where market open. It went down. From here, you can see clearly it bounced back and went up all the way. Even on the 1-hour time frame, you can see the market opened from here, it went up. You can see when it touched pivot point, it dropped from here. So it was bearish all the way here, then at the end of the day it just closed above pivot point. Or even on the 5 minute chart, you can see From here it went to pivot point. From pivot point it was rejected, and then half of the day it was bearish. This was the time when NFP came and it went up, but near the day close it was just above pivot point level. So this is how it works. You can backtest on all time frames. It's a very good strategy. If you can just master this one strategy, you can make a lot of money and be consistently in profit. So that's all about today's topic. Kindly subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet. If you already have subscribed, do share our videos with your friends and family. I will see you with a new video. Until then, take care and bye.